Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day. It's Throwback Thursday, and we're going to throw back. We're going to throw forward. We're going to meet a new single, a brand new single, Face to Face, Face to Ears, from Chris Golden, one of my favorite songs he's ever done. I cannot wait to play you the brand new video. But first, we're going to start off with our Daily Yummy, brought to us by our friends at the Walmart Distribution Center, and they're hiring now. Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
We're at the Mailroom this afternoon. It is a hot spot in Clarksville since it opened last July. I have one of the owners with me, Wes Cunningham. This is a partnership with the Cunningham family. Mailroom, a part of Strawberry Alley. You may know that location, or Old Glory. Wes, thank you. I know you're busy and on the go all the time, so I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time.
We're excited to have you here, Stephanie.
Thank you. So let's talk about, first off, the Mailroom and the concept. Where did that idea come from, and how fun was it to develop it?
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. The whole idea started mainly because we love being in downtown Clarksville. We've been down at Strawberry Alley Ale Works for almost 5 years now, so our 5th birthday is coming up down there in a couple months. So we just really love being in Clarksville and being able to grow the downtown community. So when this building became available a few years ago, my dad, the late Tom Cunningham, he knew that he wanted to do something with this. It's such a unique and cool building, been here since 1935, built as the original, or built as the new post office when it moved from the current Customs House Museum. So a lot of cool history, and we wanted to be able to preserve that and bring it back to life so that everybody here in Clarksville can come back in the doors and just have a unique experience and just really make downtown a better place. So that's where the idea came from, and we got to work on it in late 2022, so it's been about 8 or 9 months in construction, and we've been fully operational here since July. So it's been wonderful so far.
So you really kept a lot of the original, because you look at the, I mean, is there a lot of original aspects still here from, I guess, that post office?
So the bones and the structure, this thing is concrete and steel, built in the 30s. So as far as the original post office, most of that had been removed in the 60s when they renovated it the first time around. But there's a couple components that we're really proud of. One is when you walk in the front doors, there's some Tennessee pink marble floors.
Oh, wow.
That's the same stone that is used on the exterior of the building.
Okay.
So really high quality materials that we wanted to preserve as much as we could. So the entrance is that Tennessee pink marble cut out of a quarry from East Tennessee. These large windows that you see in here, letting in all this natural light. You can see all these different views of downtown Clarksville. And then one fun part, it's not really noticeable from the post office days to now, but on the back deck, that's where the postal trucks would pull in and unload all the mail.
You know, this concept seems to be different from Strawberry Alley. How intentional was that from the get-go?
Well, we knew we had to do something that was different from Strawberry Alley.
Right.
People, maybe the first impression is, oh, it's it's the same owners. It's got to be the same thing.
No.
Well, it's much different. What is the same is our commitment to the made from scratch aspect of the menu, the fresh ingredients. We try to stay away from anything that's frozen. So we love that made from scratch aspect, but what we are making from scratch is totally different. So Strawberry Alley is a American brew pub. We're making our own beer, and you have some great dishes to complement that down there, where we wanted this to be maybe a half step up in the creativity and eclecticness of the menu, if that's a word. So we knew we had to preserve the American aspect, but we didn't want to have just comfort foods.
Right.
So alongside a really good pork chop and mashed potatoes, we've got a wonderful Korean beef burger, some South American inspired dishes, and some fun cocktails. So when you're in here, you're right here looking at the bar, seeing your drinks being made. You can look into the kitchen and see the wood-fired grill in action. So we wanted the modern component. There's some historical features too. You can see the lights hanging along the front of the wall there. Those are replicas of the column lights on the front of the building. So Clarksville Foundry took one of them, and we were able to recast those lights that are matches of the original brass fixtures from the 30s. So to encapsulate that, we want it to be, modern and fun, but have a few touches from the historical period of the building as well. We're super fortunate for how it's all turned out, and thankful for everybody around us.
He has treated me to the bone-in pork chop and the chicken chimichurri salad. Both look amazing, and then a mocktail as well, which is the Fresca drink. So you're seeing a little bit of the video of the pork chop being cooked and the bread being sliced. And then here's a look at the drink being created. So I was able to get back there a little bit, but your guys in the kitchen, they're busy all the time and always prepping for the night crowd, which is pretty huge.
That's right, yeah. Our menu is very prep intensive. It'd be a lot easier for us to take something from a bag and just heat it up and cook it, but every step along the way we're having to make it from scratch. So
makes a difference.
It makes a big difference. Makes a lot more work for those guys, but I think for them, they enjoy it because they want to be a part of the craft of cooking. They take a lot of pride in making these items from scratch, and you're actually working with a culinary team, not just in the kitchen as a cook.
Well, it is a beautiful art. So I'm going to try the bone-in pork chops, but I'm trying the mashed potatoes first. What is on the plate? Is that butter on the bottom?
Yeah, so we sauteed the spinach and marinated tomatoes that are one of the sides there. That's sauteed in some butter. So that it brings it all together with the homemade mashed potatoes and the pork chops. So it's really a rich, hearty, and delicious meal.
All right. Moment of truth, Wes.
There we go. Uh-oh. Here we go.
That is so tender.
Perfect. Yeah. That's the way it's designed. So this pork chop, we butcher it here in house, and then it sits overnight in an apple cider brine. So has a little bit of a sweet finish on there, and really makes a delicious pork chop.
It really does. My mother always taught me not to talk with my mouth full, so I'm trying not to do that, but it's really hard. This is amazing. And again, I love the potatoes and the pork chop with just its richness and flavor. All right, moving over to the chicken chimichurri salad.
A little bit of a lighter option for you there.
Right.
So you get both sides of it here with the tasting. But this chicken chimichurri salad is one of our more unique salads. It's got a lot of fresh ingredients in there. So the marinated tomatoes, manchego cheese, avocado, lettuce, the grilled chicken that's chopped up, and of course the fresh bread on the side there as well.
Two of the amazing dishes that you can find right here at the Mailroom. Again, the bone-in pork chop as well as the chicken chimichurri salad. And then I also have the mocktail. What am I drinking on? Which mocktail is this?
This right here is the
Fresca?
strawberry basil agua fresca. So,
which is nice, light, and refreshing. And I did get a little tip from the bartender. She says if you would like to order it with club soda, it adds that little bubbliness to it that you might like as well.
You can spritz it up a little bit.
Yes,
that's
just
right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Wes, thank you. I cannot thank you enough for all of this, for letting me try this, letting me get into
Thank
your
you,
restaurant
Stephanie.
and take a look. Again, if you can make it out to the Mailroom, put this on your list of restaurants to visit.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd. The goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Don't miss a minute of the action this season. Visit NashvillePredators.com/tickets to get your seats today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Bridgestone Arena, the place where the Preds play, and we hope that you can be there. They bring us the Business Spotlight, which is on Clarksville. And thank you to Stephanie Miller, who brings us great stories from her show This Week in Clarksville. And I hope you've had a chance to see her right before us at 10 o'clock here on the Main Street Network. You can see Stephanie Miller bring us Mornings on Main Street. And now the Daily Giggle, brought to you by 50 Forward and the All of Us campaign.
The hardest thing I've ever done is keep believing there's someone in this crazy world for me. The way that people come and go through temporary lives, my chance might come and I might never know. I used to say no promises, let's keep it simple, but freedom only helps me say goodbye. It took a while for me to learn nothing comes for free. The price I paid was high enough for me. And I know I need to be in love. I know I've wasted too much time. I know I ask perfection of a quite imperfect world. I'm fool enough to think that's what I'll find. I know I need to be in love. I know I've wasted too much time. I know I ask perfection of a quite imperfect world. And fool enough to think that's what I'll find. It was so cute. Doug, the whole time that I was singing, he was like, singing with. It was the cutest thing in the world.
It was the cutest thing in the world. I love how babies are looking at the way your mouth moves. And it was so pleasant, the little smile. And sometimes the daily giggle is just something to bless your heart. And that's what it was today. Brought to us by our friends at 50 Forward. The All of Us campaign, the NIH, National Institute of Health, wants 1 million people to log in and say, here's my health, here's what's going on with me, and I want my voice heard, so that future medical developments will have our information, so they count us, so that the drugs that go out, the vaccines, the new prescriptions, and the new treatments take us all into consideration. You can go to joinallofus.org/50forward. Well, I, for one, am amazed when we get new companies coming to Tennessee all the time. And recently, the SK Food Group has joined us in Cleveland, Tennessee.
It is my pleasure to announce on behalf of Governor Lee and the state of Tennessee to welcome SK Food Group. They're going to invest more than $205 million to construct its fourth production facility right here in Cleveland, Tennessee. SK Food Group is committing to create 840 new jobs in Bradley County by 2030 as a result of this project, which is just phenomenal.
As we looked at over 60 different sites in the Southeast, I can honestly tell you that the welcoming environment that we experienced in Cleveland separated it from every other location. There was a warmth and a welcoming that, quite frankly, was unique and a difference maker and a game changer for us. And we found Cleveland, Tennessee to be home.
What an incredible accomplishment, not just for Bradley County and Cleveland, Tennessee, but I believe our children's children will thank you, Doug Berry, and thank SK Food for all the jobs, for all of the investment for many, many decades to come.
The investment that SK Food Group is making today will have impacts beyond the new jobs this project will provide. The ripple effect to our housing market, the sales tax, the property tax. Thank you, SK Food Group, for seeing the value of doing business here in Cleveland and Bradley County and helping to grow the value of our community. We welcome you, and we look forward to joining you as partners for many years to come. Thank you.
You know, it's time for our motivational moment, and I got to meet Mike Hardwick, and Mike is a longtime Nashvilleian, and he's been a part of our community for a long time in the finance industry, the banking industry, and now the mortgage industry. Churchill Mortgage is the company that is synonymous with Mike Hardwick, and I'm blown away by him. He's got a great book called Keep Chopping Wood that was sparked by some of the words of wisdom of his father, who was a longtime pastor here in Middle Tennessee. But I just was so blown away by him, by Mike as a person. And I thought in a motivational moment, we would share a little bit of Mike and his story behind Churchill Mortgage.
I'm Mike Hardwick, President, CEO, and founder of Churchill Mortgage Corporation. For years and years, I employed scores of people in the commercial banking world. I kind of grew weary of hiring and employing lots and lots of people. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start a little small mortgage broker shop. It'll be just me and maybe one or two or three others. And on March 13th of 1992, I flipped on the light switch. Thus, we started Churchill Mortgage. Little did I know that within about 8 to 10 months, I'd have 10 to 15 employees. This thing was growing and I couldn't hold it back. Here we are today. We topped out at about a little over 1,100 employees. It's been a tremendous experience over the last 30 years, and I appreciate every second of it. One of the reasons we've not maybe grown as quickly as others is we haven't used debt to finance that growth. And one of the reasons for that is a determination that I made day one that I was not going to borrow money to operate my business. We want to put people over profits. That's what our culture is all about. We're a faith-based business, and part of faith is doing the right thing. And so when we say people over profits, we simply mean our customers mean the world to us. Without them, we would not be here. And we're going to treat our customers right, and we're going to make things right when we drop the ball. Where do I see us going in the years ahead? I want us to keep growing. I want to become a 5 and 10 and 15 and $20 billion company. We've got an army of amazing employees and friends and teammates, all of whom are skilled, and they want to grow. They want opportunities for more advancement. And when you've got a company that's not growing, then you don't have room or need to advance. And so for a host of reasons, those are some, I want to see our company continue growing, and I want to be a part of it. Amazing what we've been able to build together. And I want you to go home with great memories, and I want you to go home motivated to make more great memories.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. See more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
And if you think the holidays are over, no, it's not. Chinese New Year is going great. And you can go and celebrate the Chinese New Year by going to Zoo Illumination. February 4th is your last chance. It is the last weekend of Zoo Illumination, so I hope you'll get a chance to get by there. We continue on with some new business in Clarksville.
Today we're announcing the development of the LG Chem production facility will be the largest single foreign direct investment in the state's history, over $3 billion. It will deliver almost 1,000 jobs into Montgomery County.
LG Chem selected Clarksville, Tennessee in consideration of the excellent human resources availability, superbly developed logistical infrastructure, renewable energy accessibility, and most of all, the fabulous cooperation and support from the state and local government.
We often get asked the most important topics when we're recruiting companies to do business in the state. While incentives are certainly part of the equation, workforce and quality of life are certainly top of the list as well. We cannot stress enough to companies that we talk to that you have to fall in love with communities where you plan to do business. And in this case, LG Chem fell in love with the county and the city of Clarksville.
It is an honor, Mr. Shin, to welcome you and your company to Clarksville, Montgomery County. You are picking the right city and the right place at the right time for this investment, and we look forward to a very long and prosperous relationship with your company.
Now we're going to take Tennessee tourism to Chattanooga, where a tiny little invisible, clear, transparent creature is part of the janitorial staff.
We're here at the larval fish culture area, which we're actually using one of the tanks to culture some nudibranchs. Bergia nudibranchs, which feed exclusively on Aptasia, which is a pest anemone. So just like you see the bubble tip anemones in the clownfish exhibit, they're closely related, but they're very tiny. They don't have pigment. They stay very translucent and small, but they reproduce extremely quickly. Aptasia, in general, they're not inherently bad. They can just grow and take over a tank. They are everywhere in the secret reef right now. And it's not a super acute problem. You know, it's not hurting our fish. It's not making the exhibit unhealthy. They're just a little unsightly. We were thinking maybe a biological approach could take care of them. There are chemicals that will kill Aptasia, but they affect the other animals. If we didn't have sharks and rays, there are medications we could use, but it's always better to be more natural and basically a holistic approach. If there's a little bug that'll go eat these guys, we're going to try to get them established and take care of it naturally. The Bergia feed exclusively on Aptasia. They won't eat any brine shrimp or any other food we would typically use. So when you eat all the Aptasia are gone, the Bergia will start to die out. They'll self-regulate their population. This is a really common tactic, again, for like live coral exhibits, like the reef tank that we have here. I've never heard of or seen it done on such a large scale. And I truthfully, I'm not sure that we'll be able to get such a big population that they'll be able to handle it, but they're reproducing here already, and they'll produce enough offspring to eat as much food as there is. I started with 8. Right now I've counted up to like 30 at any given time, and there's a bunch hiding all the time. So if I can see 30, chances are there's at least 50 or 60 in the tank. We'll just take a rock that has a bunch of the nudibranchs on them, dive it down, and then maybe a couple weeks later do another rock. So they're just reproducing so quickly and so constantly that I think we can have a constant stream going in to Secret Reef, and they'll continue to reproduce in there.
Do yourself a favor and take a day trip to the Tennessee Aquarium in Chattanooga. Well, that's our show for today. We're going to close with a brand new single from Chris Golden. It's called Prodigals, a great song. I just want it to wash over your heart. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. And remember, most of all, you are loved.
I was born in the country. It was church every Sunday. The roots of my raising run deep. I tried to stay true to it, but the bright lights and the music took me farther than I ever thought I could be. When a friend I'd known for a long, long time spoke these words to me, that changed my life. She said, prodigals can come home. Wherever you've been, no matter how long. When your faith is weak, God's love is strong. Prodigals can come home. I don't sing a blues song, I have a new song that fills my heart with praise for my sweet Lord. His grace brought forgiveness, His love made the difference. When He took me back, I couldn't ask for more. If you think you've strayed too far away, I've lived it, I'll say it to you today, yeah. Prodigals can come home. Wherever you've been, no matter how long. When your faith is weak, God's love is strong. Prodigals can come home. Holding on to the promise He made. Raise your son right, he'll come back someday. Prodigals can come home. Wherever you've been, no matter how long. When your faith is weak, God's love is strong. Prodigals can come home. Oh, wherever you've been, no matter how long. When your faith is weak, God's love is strong. Prodigals can come home. Prodigals can come home. you make